The Coach Pete Richardson Show, hosted by Clarence Buggs and Southern University head football coach Pete Richardson, featuring all the excitement of the Southern University football program. Brought to you by Acadian True Value Hardware, SU Jags Online, Casino Rouge, Capital Transportation Corporation, the Clayton Law Firm, Bank One, Baton Rouge Coca-Cola, and Agnes Andrews Allstate Insurance.
Enjoy the moments that a new day brings. Everyone in the world has a song to sing. Live every day, let it sing. Enjoy.
I'm attorney Tony Clayton. I've tried a number of cases right here in this courthouse. I've probably tried more cases in the last 10 years than most lawyers have tried their entire career. I'm not afraid of a courtroom, and I'm not afraid to try your case before a jury, which means that insurance companies either offer you a fair settlement or we go to trial. My area of practice is personal injury. If you've been seriously injured, give me a call at 344-7000 for a free consultation. You will receive prompt, professional, and personal attention from me and my staff. And remember, at the Clayton Law Firm, we'll be with you every step of the way.
Hello and welcome to week 13 of the Coach Pete Richardson Show, shot live on location at the Fox and Hound Pub and Grill on Corporate Boulevard. Clarence Buggs along with the Coach Pete Richardson. As all members of the nation are well aware of, we enjoyed that rare luxury of the 2000 season, an off week last week. Coach, the business at hand, first of all, did you get an opportunity to get out and look at some kids to fill some voids next week, or did you just kind of take it easy and start your preparations for the Bayou Classic?
Well, I got a chance to catch up some recruiting. I was up in the northern part of Louisiana looking at some high school games, and I think for the high school prospects, especially in the state of Louisiana, it's second to none for this year.
The kids themselves, what was practice like for them during the off week?
Well, last week what we did was practice Monday through Wednesday and gave them off for a couple of days to try to get them refurbished, and a lot of the coaches went out to different parts of the states, and we divided up. Some went to some of the JCs in Mississippi to try to make some player evaluations.
You know, anytime you say Grambling and Southern in the same breath, you start to generate a lot of excitement. Are the kids really in that mode now? They're looking forward to taking on Grambling State?
Well, I think especially now, since it's almost like the Bayou Classic is like our championship game. We call it the Respect Bowl, and that we tagged that in our practices. So we're going in that game, hopefully we're improving as a football team. We had a lot of injuries. We didn't meet some of our expectations, so this is going to be one of the highlight games of the year for us.
On a somewhat related note, you are probably employed in what I like to think of as the most volatile occupation probably on the planet. You can be here today and gone by noon. Case in point, Mike DeBose, coach at Alabama. As a member of the coaching fraternity, do you ever get used to that, and what's your take on that situation?
Well, I think overall, when you look at Mike's situation, you know, they had very high expectations for their program. I mean, there's no loyalty in what we do as far as trying to build programs. A lot of them, the expectations highly exceed for some of them programs can achieve for that year. There's no consideration, no concern as far as injuries, as far as attitude among players, as far as coaching inadequacies, as far as getting along with each other. I think that's the major problem we had. It stems from in-house, and a lot of times when your team don't do as well as they expected, and because you're talking a different type of money, you know, getting into the big alliance you're talking about for the university and their athletic department.
Of course, when you talk about expectations, when you exceed those expectations, a lot of times all other kind of windfalls come your way. Case in point, Butch Davis, the Miami situation, they're mentioning him from every job from Alabama on down the pipe.
Well, you're right about that. About every 2 years there's a cycle in it, the hot coach, and all of a sudden you look at the Sims at Oklahoma State. He was coach of the year 2 years ago, and last week I understand that he was asked to step down. So it's a cycle you have to go through, and they say as a coaching profession, you're there to get fired. And it's a situation where you have to keep a good staff around you, and also they have to get out and recruit, because that's the name of the game. If you have solid athletes, a good program, you're going to be successful.
I don't want to put you in the position of having to bite the hand that feeds you, so to speak, but in this era of super high expectations and win at all costs, in the college ranks, are we kind of losing sight of the fact of what athletics are actually supposed to be all about?
I think you're right. We're in a stage where economically a lot of the programs are in a catch-22. Everyone wants to win the national championship, but you're talking about an elite group. When you look at what's been happening in football for the last 10 years, you still find the same teams year in and year out fighting for that national championship. Every now and then it'll be a school that'll reach that level of plateau, but consistently it can't maintain that. And a large part of that comes from, of course, the athletes, where they do a good job of going out and selecting those athletes. You look at the Miamis, you look at the Florida States, you look at the, even LSU is starting to upgrade their program. It's a thing that it all starts of having an individuals that go out, sell their program, and be able to compete on that level.
Well, when we come back, we've got even more of the Coach Pete Richardson in store. Stay with us. We're right back.
People who don't have an Allstate agent, who do they turn to?
In Baton Rouge, see Agnes Andrews at 1200 South Acadian Thruway, Suite 217. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Even in good times, the needs of Louisiana's communities don't disappear, and sometimes their challenges can seem overwhelming. That's why Bank One Louisiana contributes more than $10,000 a day to education, medical research, the arts, and countless charitable organizations across our state. And it's why our employees devote thousands of hours to causes they believe in. We do it because some things just can't be done alone, and we think it's important to help restore the balance.
There's a place where you can go to join the celebration called Fun Fever. Come to where the action's hot, the sights, the sounds, the tastes, it's called Fun Fever. Shake your body, it's a party every day. Feel it in the air, Fun Fever's here to stay. Fun Fever, get to the Rouge.
Southern University alumni, faculty, and students, you can take the yard to the web thanks to SU Jags Online. That's right, SU Jags Online is the official internet service provider of the Southern University National Alumni Federation. You can communicate with long-lost classmates, get financial information, news, entertainment, and weather. Follow Jaguar Sports Live and so much more all online at SU Jags Online. Go to www.sujagsonline.net and subscribe today.
Welcome back to the Fox and Hound Pub and Grill on Corporate Boulevard for segment 2 of week 13 of the Coach Pete Richardson Show. Coach, obviously some crucial injuries early in the season, and of course some early season losses put us out of contention for the SWAC title. But like Jack Nicholson said as the Joker in Batman, wait till they get a load of me next year. You've got some serious skilled people coming back. That's got to make you feel pretty good.
I think overall, when you look at our offense, we're starting to develop that chemistry the last 2 or 3 games. We have over 600 yards of total offense. And, when you look at our skilled people offensively, you talk about our quarterbacks. Both of those individuals are coming back. They'll be seniors next year. You look at our wide receivers, I think all of them are coming back. So we're excited about that aspect. But then no more anything else, our offensive line. I think that's probably the most pleasant surprise last part of the year is our offensive line and what they've generated up to this point.
Well, speaking of players that will be back next year, right now we've got a special treat for our members of the Jaguar Nation. It's a highlight reel with all of the key players. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
On Monday, it was an eternity away. By Thursday, you could almost taste it. The weekend, filled with possibilities and, oh yeah, projects. Nobody knows where you'd rather be more than True Value. We get you in and out fast with just what you need. Because the sooner you get done, the sooner you can get back to this thing called your life. True Value.
Acadian True Value, serving Baton Rouge for over 25 years. Visit one of our 2 convenient locations.
Ride on CTC, we're here to get you there.
We're here to get you there. Your city bus can take you anywhere. When you don't fight traffic,
the difference is huge. We're the transportation for Baton Rouge. Ride on CTC, we're here to get you there.
Now that's what I call fan noise.
Wouldn't you love a sunroof in your car? How about a simulated convertible top or rich supple leather seats? Maybe a television entertainment system for those road trips. Tops Unlimited is the only name to know for automotive aftermarket accessories. Custom grills, ground effects and rear spoilers, wood grain dash kits, convertible top replacement, and more. It's all available at Tops Unlimited, serving Baton Rouge for over 18 years. Located at 11311 Cedar Park Avenue off Segan Lane. Our business is Tops.
Welcome back to the Coach Pete Richardson Show. We are on location at the Fox and Hound Pub and Grill on Corporate Boulevard. Each and every week we have a regularly scheduled feature that we affectionately call Around the SWAC, where we go and get coaches' opinions and comments on various games played within the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Coach, this week's Around the SWAC segment starts with Arkansas A&M over Arkansas Pine Bluff. A little bit of a surprise there. I knew that UAPB would have their hands full, but I didn't think they'd get shut out 26-0.
Well, that was a surprising game for me because I thought Arkansas Pine Bluff had a strong offensive unit. They could just pound you, and I think the weather was inclement, so that should have helped them out a great deal. But to shut down their 2 running backs, I think they're second and third in conference, and as far as rushing the football was surprising to me also.
Another game that had a lot of interest within viewers from the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Jackson State 30-14 winners over Alcorn State.
Well, I thought that Jackson is finishing up strong. They're in a situation where they're playing to try to build a sound foundation for next year. They have a young team also. But I think that you look at Alcorn, I think you look at the personnel they have on that football team, it's surprising that they're probably about the best 0-11 team in the country. When you look at their skills on offense and defensive line, they have a lot of people coming back. So if their coach can weather the storm, they should be strong next year.
Texas Southern, finally, 17-12 winners over Norfolk State as we wrap up our look around the SWAC.
Well, I thought Texas Southern should have won that football game, but they lost out an opportunity to get to the championship game. Apparently, they was on the low, and plus they played that game in California. It was a long, drawn-out thing for them to go out there and play, but they won the game, and they did finish up the season strong for Coach Thomas.
You know, it's great for the fans when you get these games in San Diego and Indianapolis and New York and Nashville and so on and so forth. But from a coaching standpoint, and as the administrator that's responsible for making sure that everything gels, how tough is that in a season and a coach?
Well, it's tough for the coach to handle a situation like that because you're talking about travel arrangements and making sure your people get there on time and hotel arrangements for them. And, once you get there, then all of a sudden you got to deal with the food and lodging, so on and so forth. So you have to have some good people around you in order to have those tasks straightened out.
Well, fortunately, this week the road trip will only be about an hour down the road, and of course we're talking about nothing else other than the Bayou Classic. At this point, Grambling State under Doug Williams, rolling. What's in the game plan to slow down Doug Williams with that attack with Scotty Anderson?
Well, overall, when you look at the job, I think Coach has done up in Grambling, it's second to none. But when you look at the football team, they started off, a lot of freshmen played last year. Those freshmen are now sophomores, and some of them are juniors. You can see the maturity of that football team, which came through. Also, they added a couple transfers in that made them a little stronger, especially on that defensive line. when you look at, you tell our players about the Bayou Classic, all you have to do is call that, because we got a lot of players on both teams that played against each other in high school. We're excited about that, and we look forward to playing in that football game because we know we have to finish up strong with our program.
Doug Williams has got to be feeling pretty good, having gotten in and, if you will, gotten the ghost of Eddie Robinson off of his back. He's firmly entrenched now, had an outstanding season, and after this one, possibly only one more game to go, that of course being the conference championship.
Well, they're 9-1 at the present time going into the Classic, and you know, in order to solidify their season, they have to finish up strong, because I think the next week is a championship game. So we have to attack them and making sure we can control them offensively. I think when you look at their wide receiver, Anderson, he's probably one of the high-profile athletes, and a lot of people expect him to play on Sunday. But Southern University and Grambling, when you look at their defense, I think Grambling's defense is the keynote of what they've achieved this year. I mean, they attack people defensively, they take the ball away. I think they lead in turnovers, and they're second in total defense in our conference.
It's a little different atmosphere coming out of the Grambling camp these days. You were down in New Orleans this morning for the annual Bayou Classic press conference. Kind of a little role reversal this time around.
Well, I think so. You know, they're 9-1, and they're excited about this football game. They already have the conference championship wrapped up, but you look at our program also that it's going to be a big challenge for us. But we know because of what's been happening in the past, we have to be ready to go. I think the main thing we have to do is make sure we don't give up any big plays early and control the tempo of the football game. Injury-wise, we've got a long list, Levy, Hurst, and many, many others. How do we stand injury-wise? Well, when you say Bayou Classic, just throw all the injuries out. They're going to be ready to go. A lot of them are excited about playing indoors, especially in New Orleans, because a lot of them home from down in there, their families will be there, and also they'll be playing against some of their buddies on the other team. So they're going to be excited about them little minor injuries and be prepared to go. There's still even more of the Coach Pete Richardson Show to come. Stay with us.
Imagine a place that understands you'd rather be doing anything on Saturday other than fixing your faucet. A place that knows you can't spend half the weekend shopping for your weekend projects. True Value. For the jobs you do most and look forward to least. Because the sooner you get done, the sooner you can get back to this thing called your life. True Value.
Acadian True Value, serving Baton Rouge for over 25 years. Visit one of our 2 convenient locations.
Even in good times, the needs of Louisiana's communities don't disappear, and sometimes their challenges can seem overwhelming. That's why Bank One Louisiana contributes more than $10,000 a day to education, medical research, the arts, and countless charitable organizations across our state. And it's why our employees devote thousands of hours to causes they believe in. We do it because some things just can't be done alone, and we think it's important to help restore the balance.
I'm attorney Tony Clayton. I've tried a number of cases right here in this courthouse. I've probably tried more cases in the last 10 years than most lawyers have tried their entire career. I'm not afraid of a courtroom, and I'm not afraid to try your case before a jury, which means that insurance companies either offer you a fair settlement or we go to trial. My area of practice is personal injury. If you've been seriously injured, give me a call at 344-7000 for a free consultation. You will receive prompt, professional, and personal attention from me and my staff. And remember, at the Clayton Law Firm, we'll be with you every step of the way.
Welcome back to the Coach Pete Richardson Show. We are on location at the Fox and Hound Pub and Grill on Corporate Boulevard. As a footnote to members of the Jaguar Nation, each and every Monday night, we're right here at the Fox and Hound Pub and Grill. We are set up for a live studio audience, so if you'd like to come on out in the neighborhood of 7 to 7:30 on Monday night, come on out right here to the Fox and Hound Pub and Grill and be a part of the Coach Pete Richardson Show. Earlier in the show, we brought you a segment where we featured skill players on the offensive side of the ball for Pete Richardson's Jaguars. Well, right now, we've got another video treat. We call it Jaguars 2000 Greatest Hits. Enjoy.
When you get a few tickets or accidents, some insurance companies don't want you anymore. With an Allstate agent, you can still get a second chance.
For a second chance on your auto insurance, see Agnes Andrews at 1200 South Acadian Thruway, Suite 217. You're in good hands with Allstate.
There's a place where you can go to join the celebration called Fun Fever. Come to where the action's hot, the sights, the sounds, the taste. It's called Fun Fever. Shake your body, it's a party every day. Feel it in the air, Fun Fever's here to stay. Fun Fever, get to the Rouge.
Southern University alumni, faculty, and students, you can take the yard to the web thanks to SU Jags Online. That's right, SU Jags Online is the official internet service provider of the Southern University National Alumni Federation. You can communicate with long-lost classmates, get financial information, news, entertainment, and weather. Follow Jaguar Sports Live and so much more all online at SU Jags Online. Go to www.sujagsonline.net and subscribe today.
Ride on CTC, we're here to get you there. We're here to get you there. Your city bus can take you anywhere. When you don't fight traffic, the difference is huge. We're the transportation for Baton Rouge. Ride on CTC, we're here to get you there.
Welcome back to the Coach Pete Richardson Show. We are on location at the Fox and Hound Pub and Grill on Corporate Boulevard. Coach, it's something totally unrelated to football. Just this week, you and your staff concluded the 8th year of your annual canned food drive. It's an opportunity for you and the staff and the players to give a little something back to the community. That's got to make you feel pretty good.
Well, it makes me feel especially warm because we know that individuals out that need something to eat, and I think Coach Griffin has done a fine job as far as we started off with, I think, 8 years ago. Now we're up to about 100 to give families around the community something to eat on Thanksgiving.
And as we get ready for the biggie of the season, the Bayou Classic, anything you'd like to pass along to the members of the Jaguar Nation?
Well, overall, I think that this is probably going to be one of the most interesting Bayou Classic since I've been here. Gremlin's on the road, they're 9-1. The expectations is high, but I feel strong about our program going into this game. The last 2 or 3 games, we were starting to develop as a football team where we should have started at the beginning of the year. It's going to be an exciting game. I think you have to come down and take a look at it.
And of course, we look to see each and every member of the Jaguar Nation in the Louisiana Superdome for this year's Bayou Classic. On behalf of our entire production crew, the coach, Pete Richardson, I'm Clarence Buggs. We will see you, same time, same station, next week with another edition of the Coach Pete Richardson Show.